Hey, I haven't really done one of these in a little while. I think the last one I did was probably I think it was January of this year, which is all the stuff I got through January. So this one's for May of 2019, so it's everything through this month. So I'm recording this on the 31st of May. Hopefully I'll get it up today or tomorrow, but you'll be able to tell based on, when it says the video's posted, so. Um, Basically, I've just been waiting for there to be something substantial to update about. Usually, I don't like to just do these for hey, I got a couple games. And I'm trying to make it a little more frequent by adding in a couple other things that aren't just, hey, these are the games I got. I wanted to do little other things, and I've been writing down, as you may remember from the last one, I've been writing down all the stuff I've played this year. Or not played, but necessarily, but just all the stuff games I've beaten. And I might start doing some other stuff thrown in here too, just to see, because I don't want these videos to, well, they'll be longer when they do come out, or they'll come out more frequently and still have enough content, so it's not just here's a 2-minute ASMR video when you haven't gotten any proper ones in a long time. I just throw one of these out. But let's start with the stuff I got. Let's see. So apparently I got Payday 2. I forgot all about that. I believe that was just free for a limited time. I don't know if it's actually gone free to play or if it was just a limited time thing, actually. I think it was just free for a limited amount of time on Steam. So I got that. I got Call of Nightmare on the Wii U, which is just a digital one. It's... I haven't played it yet. It was really cheap. I think it was 20 cents or something on there. And it was it just looks like a really shovelware piece of garbage, kind of thing you see for low effort stuff thrown up on Steam, and they're that's good enough, we can sell it. It looks like a game. But it's weird because it was on the Wii U eShop, so that's weird. And also it's harder and harder to find sales on that. It seems a lot of times it's just people who have games on there, they need developers trying to cling on to the idea that, okay, well, maybe it'll sell now that it's on sale, and people who still have a Wii U want to get something, will maybe get that. I don't know. It's a little sad that the state of affairs of the Wii U in general, but I kind of understand it, I guess. Oh yeah, I got Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition, which I think there might be there's a number of editions, I think. There's at least a gold one also. This one was a freebie on Steam. What you had to do, this was kind of an ordeal, because it was I had to go in, and it was all you had to do was just for Humble Bundle, it was just here's our freebie, or whatever. And so I went in to go get it, because it looked like a fun, beat 'em up. Basically kind of like a brawler type game with Metroidvania type gameplay, the exploration and getting abilities and stuff, so that was appealing to me. It was reasonably colorful as well. I don't know if I'll be able to even really run it on my machine, but eventually I'll be able to once I get a better computer, I suppose. So it works out. Either way, and I'll eventually be able to play it as one I actually would see myself playing. So, but it was just a hassle, because I was I want to do it, and it didn't let me do it. It sent me a confirmation thing to my Yahoo, and it was apparently Yahoo updated their stuff, and I haven't really checked it because that's kind of my throwaway email. And so their update made it so all my mail is gone and I can't receive anything. And so I just couldn't get the confirmation thing in that, so I had to put it to a different email and go into that email and do it up there. And just get that, do that stuff, do that, and then there was also there was a Gmail one, and I was gonna sign in on that and do it on my computer, but I ended up doing it on my phone, because if I did it on my computer, I was already signed in to YouTube, and it was if you sign in with this, it'll make Gmail your primary email. It'll upgrade it, apparently. I was I don't want that. I want to keep my regular email. I like it. So I signed in on a different device rather than signing out of everything there first, which I probably could have done, but I just didn't want to. And they're still connected anyway, so I don't know, that was frustrating. took a long time just to get that freebie that I might not even be able to play, and I don't know when I'll play it, but that's a fun story. It's got Loot Box Achievement Simulator, which was on sale, and I basically, it was more of an impulse buy. Like, I saw the name while I was browsing through cheap stuff on the Steam store with leftover, Steam Wallet funds, and it was like, it had these all these buzzwords in it, and I was like, well, is this really gonna be a cheap piece of crap that it sounds like? But it was more like a parody kind of thing. And I'll get the review up of it soon. I basically just need to record the footage for it, and then the review will be up. But I do have the review. Like, it's basically done. I just need to record footage and then edit it together, throw it up there, and you'll see that. But it's it was an experience. Basically just clicking on things and reading stuff, and it's kind of trying to make fun of loot boxes, and how mindless it is to try and just go for loot boxes, and how you're just like pissing money away on them for stuff you're not even sure what you're gonna get, if you're gonna get what you need to get, and the things you get are usually crap anyway. So that kind of thing. I also streamed it, I guess, so you could probably see the stream of that, but that stream will be up anyways, because I was playing that on stream to get it there. Oh yeah, and then I got Princess Loot Pixel again, X2, or probably supposed to be times 2. It's the sequel to Princess Loot Pixel Again, which I reviewed already, and so I was like, I think either in the video one or in the written one or something, one of the reviews of it, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, I was like, I want to have a sequel to this, and then it was like, it'd be cool stuff to add to it. And then I saw they had it for a while. I think earlier it was probably in early access. I don't think it's in early access anymore, but it was on sale. It was pretty cheap, and I bit on that one. I was like, I'm down. I'm ready for that, which is exciting. Like, that, and like Rogue Legacy is getting a sequel. They're working on that, so I'm excited about that as well. But I don't think that's even in early access yet or anything. I don't know, or if they're gonna do early access or not, but that was a big thing of contention on their forum, so should they or shouldn't they do that? They were asking about it. But this is one where I kind of found, because of Rogue Legacy getting me into roguelikes and stuff, and it's kind of like a very light kind of version of some of the concepts from that. And so seeing a sequel to this would be interesting. I got a few more games here that are physical ones I can show you, so I thought I would save those goodies for anybody who's patient enough to wait up until this point. So I've got here GoldenEye for the Wii. Got at a pawn shop for $3. So there's GoldenEye on the Wii. So far I've been playing some of this. I think the online's actually still up because it wasn't done through GameSpy. So you can still play this, which is kind of crazy to me. I don't have a zapper, but you can use the zapper. I tried using the motion controls a little bit, and I think I didn't really like them, and I was like, I'm not going to bother with these for now, because they're clunky. And I was just playing with standard controls, and I started playing it on the highest difficulty that was available, which is like 007 Classic, which is really hard. I just didn't want to have the regenerating health because it felt wrong, because I played the original, but it's really hard, and it's kind of like floaty and awkward, and I don't know. I mean, I'm liking some stuff about it, and I'm not liking a lot of stuff about it, and so it's been hard to get through this, but I am still somewhere pretty early on, I'm sure, for the number of missions you do. The missions are really long. It's easy to fail them and have to redo the entire thing. But I think I'll eventually get through this and review this, obviously, like I plan to. But it was definitely worth, trying out for $3. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good deal. And the other one I found at the pawn shop, which is because we didn't have a retro game place to go to really anymore. And so I was hoping there'd be N64 games there, and I didn't see any. So I worked with what I could find. This is another interesting one here. For $5, we got Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and again another little time capsule moment when this was the complete saga, all 6 movies. Remember that? Well, I actually hadn't played one of these. It's like a 3D platformer, collectathon, adventure thing. There's some shooter elements to it and whatnot, but it's pretty basic stuff. It's pretty fun, very satisfying, and a lot of content. Gets a little repetitive if you try to 100% it, but it's a pretty solid title. I mean, especially it was worth $5. You know, pretty good for that, and it. I don't know. I have a whole review of this one up. That's already done and up. You can check that out if you want on the channel. But it was cool to find just to play like a 3D platformer with like a collectathon kind of element to it. I didn't realize they still made those, and apparently there are some, and I just haven't been told about them. So it was cool to see another one of those, a game like that. That's neat. And it's got a lot of charm with the little Lego stuff and how they reenact things in Lego. I don't want to spoil too much, but the one part with Darth Maul and they cut him in half, and it's just like they separate, like it's just like the Lego leg separated from the Lego body of like a Lego person, and it's funny because like it should be like more gruesome, but it's just like you just took the Legos apart. Like that's, I don't know. I thought that one was pretty funny, but there's that. And both these discs, this and GoldenEye, were pretty rough shape. Oh yeah, I think I took the sticker off this one. I guess I said this was $5 without realizing I already took the sticker off. Did the best I could because I liked the game, and I was like, well, I want to have it look a little more presentable if I can. It came off okay. I didn't review GoldenEye yet, so that sticker's still on there. Then I got a couple here that I'll have to explain myself on because I'm me. So, hold on, let me check on my time going. Oh, I'm good. So, we've got, so here we have The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, and I got this, sticker doesn't say it on the front there, say it on the back. No, they took it off, that's nice of them. Actually, no. I didn't realize they kind of, I think they screwed me on this a little bit. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Basically, there's another wave of games went into Nintendo Selects. I was tempted to get some of the other stuff. I didn't get Super Mario Maker for 3DS. I was very tempted, but it's like I already have pretty much the same thing on Wii U. But I'm still tempted to get it at some point because it's only $20 now. They put Star Fox 64 3D down to $20. Another one I was tempted on, but again I was like, well, I have the original, and I don't know if I'll like the redone visuals and stuff in that. I don't know if I want to bite on that one. I'm on the fence on that one a little bit. Majora's Mask, I actually believe I got a used copy when it was the one I picked up. It was a pre-owned one, and it was like less than 20. It was a little bit less, but the reason I grabbed the pre-owned one is because it had the normal case with the full picture, and here it's like it was just still the same picture, but they put the border around it and like made it smaller or whatever. And I was like, I didn't really want that, and I should have just got the new one then, apparently, because it didn't give me the proper case. I didn't even really notice they were switching the case out on me because I wasn't really paying attention to it. I was probably trying to get money out to pay for the thing. And but it's not a big deal though. The game's in there. There's no manuals or anything, so I just feel like I got kind of the worst of both options that I was deciding between there. And this is like a backup. I love Majora's Mask, and so I was interested to see what this would do. I'm not sure this will necessarily be worth $20. And I know it's a thing for like remakes. I'm pretty harsh on remakes usually, so I'm guessing this probably won't feel like a very good remake to me because I'll be like the visuals, I don't care that they redid those, and I'll probably like some of the tweaks, but I'll be mad that they switched things around, and I'll probably be like, well, you're just getting this game on a portable mostly is the thing, so I don't know. But I finally bit on that one. I couldn't resist it any longer, and I'm also just, yeah, still kind of going out of the thin excuse of, well, now I have a backup in case something happens to the N64 version. I guess. I could probably just get another copy somewhere, but whatever. And here is Super Mario 64 DS, and that's, well, see, this is one I've been kind of on the fence about for a while. Just want to give you some scale, so not always have that forced perspective. It's not huge. I just moved it up. The game is as big as my face. It was just like, I had seen it for a while, and there's like bonus stars, and there's other things in it. You know, like they've added in a few stars in some levels and some sections and stuff, and they've added in a few new bonus levels and stuff to do. So there's more stars. You play as different characters, have some different abilities, and so it's like, at least there's some extra content in here, and it's Super Mario 64 on a portable. It's a backup. And so I kind of hemmed and hawed over this for a long time, and I could get it on the Wii U Virtual Console, but if I do that, then it's also on the console, and I already have a version of it on console, so I kind of wanted this one so it would be on a handheld. And this still, I think, was like close to $30 for this, just loose, used. And I was like, well, shit. I just bit the bullet on it, and I got it. And I've been playing a bit of it, and it's kind of rough to get used to, but it's not terrible. It's just, you gotta kind of adjust to it. You have to deal with some of the kind of stiffer controls. Sliding mechanics are easier, but just basic running around stuff, it's a lot harder. Camera control's a little better, I think. It depends on what you're trying to do with the camera, but I don't know. So far it's been pretty similar. The momentum's been weird. It's weird that they have a run button, so if you're not holding that, you don't run. But if you jump, you have the momentum as if you were running. And if you want to attack, that's a totally different button. It's like A is attack, B is jump, and Y is run. So it's kind of awkward to try to do like a run, jump, and attack something or whatever. Like this, a weird way to split them. With the standard controls anyways. You could do stuff where you're using the stylus to move and stuff, where you can move a bit more smoothly, but it's also a lot clunkier and more awkward to control that way, so I don't really bother. But yeah, so far it's neat. There'll probably be a review of that coming also. I mean, generally that's the idea. I guess I probably don't need to bother saying that, like, oh yeah, I'm going to review all these games at some point, essentially, but hopefully. But yeah, this is one that I actually probably will sooner rather than later, is the thing, I guess is what I mean. And as far as games, I'm still playing through right now, just so you have a little bit of a idea of that. I'm playing through Final Fantasy, still trying to get through that. I've been kind of slacking on that. I've been playing through Banjo-Kazooie a bit with someone, doing whatever, doing Discord calls, so we can sort of play it together, kind of, try to play it at the same time. And so that's nearing the end of every play of that. I played some Faerun, but I got to the final boss and couldn't beat it again because the final boss is really shitty, and I didn't feel like doing it, because when I play a puzzle game, I don't want to finish a puzzle game by fighting a shoot-'em-up boss. It doesn't make any sense. I would say I'm primarily in the middle of things like Hyrule Warriors Legends. I picked that up again, so I'm playing that a lot, trying to unlock more stuff and finish that for review. So that'll probably be done in a few, years. It's just really repetitive, a lot of content, a lot of filler. And then there's, what the hell is it? What else am I playing? Well, Pokemon Rumble World, still trying to unlock stuff there. It's very slow. Pokemon Picross, still trying to unlock stuff there and do that. It's very slow. Pokemon Quest, I don't know, I think I have the review ready, I just haven't posted it. I don't think I posted the review of that yet, but that's done. It's ready to be posted if I haven't yet. And that, I'm basically trying to finish up the last achievements or whatever in that. And I'm pretty close to done with those, so, that's just kind of grinding away at that. Once I finish that, that's something I won't have to ever turn on again. And Pokemon Shuffle, I've been doing that. A lot of these daily games. Pokemon Shuffle is just never going to be done. I might just drop it again at some point, try to review it, and then drop it. We'll see what goes on with these. And then I have been slacking on it, but I do still want to finish doing all the stuff for the Game Review Portable Review. That's 220 games, so I'm just glad I didn't buy another one of those multi-game systems, just because they're so tempting. You look at them and like, oh, this thing looks so cool, and most of the games are probably gonna suck. So you don't need to bother. As for stuff I've finished, I'm in the middle of a million other games too, but I don't know if I'm gonna restart those or just continue from where I left off later. It's a little up in the air. As far as games finished in this time, I haven't finished a whole lot since I last updated you guys, which is kind of sad. That's what January, so that's what February, March, April, May, yeah. 4 months. 5 games in 4 months is not that great of a thing. Granted, I've been tackling some bigger games. I also played a bit of Star Tropics, but I'm kind of pretty stalled on that, so I don't know, I'm not doing great. But for the games I've finished, then to give you an idea of this, in the January one, I also believe I had 6 games by then, so I'm pretty far behind. Anyway, so I beat Doom 64, which was for the ASMR playthrough of that, so that's done. If you've been tuning in and out of that before, that playthrough is done, so you can do the playlist for that, and the full ASMR Let's Play of Doom 64 is done. It froze me a few times. It was kind of hard to see, but I got it done. Then Mega Man 64, I believe that review is going to be coming at some point. I don't know when I'm necessarily going to post it, but I am going to post it. I just don't know if I want to do a Mega Man themed week again, or if I want to just put it up whenever. We will see. I'm very indecisive on these things. As you'll see with the Mario Kart week that happened, I don't always know if I want to bother doing themed week or not. I beat Pokemon X, which was, I did a Beedrill run of Pokemon X, so I trained only a Beedrill aside from other Pokemon I had for 8 gems, which I needed to get through the game. I only used them for something like that. So that was actually pretty hard to do. I used some of my O powers or whatever as well, and some items that I bought in the shops to get through there, but I did finally beat the Pokemon League with just my Beedrill. I did it. And it was pretty cool. It was neat. It was fun. It's fun to do that, because I think Beedrill just, is a fun, underdog to use, and I kind of like Beedrill now because I have that connection. I also beat Pokemon Blue, and at that one I did the charity run, I think is what I called it. Basically, I could only use Pokemon that were, given to me, essentially. So you get, the starter Pokemon right away. So, yeah, so I got, and I think basically do this run, you can't catch any Pokemon. I wanted to do it as pure as I can and not have to be except for getting certain HM. No, I wanted to try to be the whole thing with actually just these restrictions on it, no exceptions. And so, I started with Bulbasaur, I believe it was, because then I could learn Cut. I think that's what I did. Didn't I? Yeah, I did Bulbasaur for Cut, because I needed Cut to get through the game. If you pick Squirtle right away, I believe you can't really do it, because you won't be able to get Cut and progress further, and you'd have to break the rules to go further. The rules I've imposed on myself. So I did that, and then your second Pokemon is something like, when is it you get your next Pokemon? Basically, I don't know, I ended up with I got Bulbasaur, I got Hitmonchan just to have some type coverage of the different types of punches. I got, from the fighting dojo when you win those, obviously I got Eevee and Celadon. I think it might be your second Pokemon, you have to wait all the way until Celadon, which also Bulbasaur makes it easier, because you can take out the first 2 gyms and be okay on the 3rd gym. So by the time you get to Celadon, I got Eevee, and then I evolved it into Flareon to help me with that gym, and so I'd have a fire type. And you get Lapras and Silph, so I got Lapras for Surf, which could help me with Blaine. And then I got, so what is that? Bulbasaur, Flareon, try to keep track. Bulbasaur, Flareon, Lapras, Hitmonchan. What else do they give you? Oh, the 2 fossil Pokemon. I got a Kabuto, so I could get a Kabutops, and then I got, because of those 2 fossils, I took the Dome fossil, and then I also got the fossil from the museum, the old Amber, so I got, Aerodactyl. There's the name. I processed it. And, yeah, I that was it. Because the only other Pokemon I considered that I'd be able to get would be, I don't know, well, it's like, I call it a charity run, I guess, so it's like, basically I can't pay any money for getting these Pokemon is essentially the idea. So I didn't get the Magikarp because I'd have to pay $500 to get a Magikarp, so I kind of didn't want that to count. And then I didn't catch I didn't get any Pokemon in the Rocket Game Corner stuff because, again, you need to pay money to get the gold or get the coins to do the slots and whatever, so I didn't do that. Because I felt like those were just against the charity run thing if I'm spending the money. So that's how I decided it. And I did it. I beat it. Beat all the gyms and the Elite Four and all the legendaries, so there's that whole thing. And the last game was LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga. And I guess I can write down this other one. Because you know what? I did technically beat Loot Box Achievement Simulator. I did beat that also. Can't take that away from me. So those are all the games I beat. And that's pretty much it. So I guess I beat 6 games again, so since the last update, I guess. Yeah, I want to get more down, and I gotta stop tackling such big ones. I'm trying to hit some others and try to get some other, maybe try to get some smaller ones finished in between there and do some things. And finish up companion pieces, because I still have a lump of reviews sitting on my desktop. And I'm just kind of waiting to finish other games to go along with those. To be like, hey, there's also this game from the series, and it's like this game, or whatever. So, yeah, actually, no, that was back there, I got that one. Okay, yeah, we're good, that list is accurate. Okay, hope you guys, liked the updates, hopefully it was okay, and am I okay on time for myself? I gotta go. Anyway, so that worked out timing-wise pretty well. I'll see you in the next one. Leave any suggestions you want for what you want to see reviewed, or what I should check out, or just other ASMR video ideas, that kind of thing. Those are always good. And have a great day.